The Endangered Species Act was front and center on Capitol Hill this week. Hi, I'm Cynthia Lummis with this week's Cattle Call. We had several hearings in the Natural Resources Committee and Oversight and Government Reform Committees this week with Dan Ash and experts from the state of Wyoming and other states on the Endangered Species Act. We're trying to help Washington understand that the expertise lies at the state and local level, and especially the county level, when it comes to implementing boots-on-the-ground conservation that saves species. Check out this video. Do you think that the conservation ethic of Americans has changed? Do you think that local governments, such as yours, are willing and able to protect species like the grizzly bear, the wolf, sage grouse, black-footed ferret, and other species that are within their counties?
Congresswoman Lummis, definitely the conservation ethic has changed at the local level. The mindset has changed. And we are in a position now, both willing and ready to work with our state game management agencies to point out at the local level what the problems are. And if we could somehow redirect a little bit the Fish and Wildlife Service to become more of a resource for state and local governments to say, how can we help you meet the goals, the conservation goals of a species, we could be much more effective on the ground.
Ms. Budd-Fallon, a comment was made about Wyoming's wolf recovery plan and its adequacy. Would you care to comment on the wolf case?
I think the most frustrating thing about the wolf case for the people in Wyoming was the fact that that case got litigated in Washington, D.C. rather than in Wyoming, with a Wyoming federal district judge who knew the people, who knew the land, who knew the state. In fact, there was litigation in both Wyoming and Washington, D.C., and the case got moved over to Washington, D.C. to a judge who I don't think has any idea where Wyoming is, which one of the square states we are. That was one of the first problems. I think the second problem is that after the wolf case got sent back to Wyoming because they didn't have a commitment, a written commitment from the governor, the legislature and the Game and Fish immediately acted to put in that true written commitment on wolf recovery in place, but the case was over, the court wouldn't recognize it, and then the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service refused to recognize it. So Wyoming tried to fix the problem identified by the court, and it didn't help.